I'm John Archer and you're watching Full 52 TV.
Hi, Dave Forrest here for Full 52 TV. Welcome to episode 6, part 2. This is the second part of last week when I was on the road. I was at the IBM convention in Southport. I'm back in the studio for part 2. Now I know I said I would get this out slightly earlier, but circumstances dictated that it's just this week's episode, so here it is, part 2. What I will try and do is get a little bonus episode done maybe Monday or Tuesday, just a quickie. I'll teach a trick, explain it, something like that, and then we'll go on with episode 7 from next Thursday. That was John Archer there, by the way, who introduced the clip. You're watching Full 52 TV. Very funny magician. I hope to get him on the, I hope to sit him down and get a proper interview with him one day for Full 52 TV. But he does make an appearance in the interview section with Andi Gladwin. I'm saying interview, but that's very much interview in inverted commas, because there's nothing, literally nothing of any use in it whatsoever. If you don't know who Andi Gladwin is, I'd love to tell you this interview will help and you'll get something out of it, but frankly you won't. But let's have a look at it anyway. This is the Andi Gladwin interview. Check it out. Hi, this is Dave Forrest for Full 52 TV, and we're here with Andi Gladwin.
Hello, I'm Andi Gladwin. Hello.
Andy Gladwin, co-founder of Vanishing Ink. If you've not checked out that website, you need to go and check it out now. Tell us about Vanishing Ink.
It's a website that you need to go and check out now.
And that's pretty much it. Moving on. No, come on, tell us about it. How did it start?
Vanishing Ink is with my friend Joshua J. It's our joint business. We've been working on it for several years. And basically we just want to show that magic can still exist in print form. We're one of the few publishers, existing publishers of magic books. We publish a few hardback books every year, some booklets. And we release DVDs, not as many as you though, Dave, and tricks, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's co-founded by you and
Joshua J. Joshua J. and I have been friends for.
Your partners, right? Your partners in real life.
Business partners only, yeah, not the other type. Just to squash all the rumours.
Because I just assumed, but that's not true, no?
No, Dave, I am free and single. Or married, one of the two.
I don't believe that. I'm just going to put that in there. I don't believe that. But if he says it's true, it's true. Now the other thing that Andi does, in case you don't know or you've not been, is the Session Convention, which is a very cool close-up convention in Gloucester in the UK. Tell us about it, Andi.
I love your questions. They're just basically, just tell us.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you about something and he's going to tell you about it as well.
So the session was started with my friend Rob James 7 years ago now, and we wanted to organise a close-up convention that was really close-up. And these conventions, like the one we're at now, there's close-up performers, but there's three people here, no, about 300 people here. So we wanted to find a way to make a close-up convention really close-up, and that's what we do with the session. We get some of the best performers all over the world to come to the session, and you've got a customer, I think.
Yeah, I'll get your credit card in a minute. There, sir.
And we bring them all to, of all places, Cheltenham in the UK, where we. Let's just ask me one of those other questions.
No, I think I need to get this gentle back. Yeah, that one as well, really. Anything else? Here we go. They can't get enough of them. Remote control. Anything else? Yeah. They simply can't get enough of that Full 52 product. You get it on bags. And thanks for watching this short segment of Full 52 TV featuring Andi Gladwin of the Session and Vanishing Ink and stuff like that. He's going to teach you how to do that trick that he showed you yesterday, and I need to go and have this man arrested for causing such chaos. Stay tuned, we'll be back in a minute. Bye for now, cheers.
Bye.
So there you go. You learned something there, didn't you? Wow, you learned something there. Andi is a seriously cool guy, and he's a good mate of mine, and he's very creative. He showed me some of his ideas over the weekend and they were great. And we have, I don't know if I should say anything, but we may be working on a little project together, so stay tuned for more news on that. Now Andi was good enough while we were there to perform an effect. and it's the Chicago opener, or Red Hot Mama. But it's Andy's variation on it, and he uses his own move, the master push-off, and there's more coming up about that. So here is the explanation of the trick as taught by Andy. This explanation is unique in that it features a man with his trousers down. I'm not joking, you'll see in a moment. And yeah, afterwards we'll talk more about that master push-off technique. Here is Andi Gladwin teaching his variation of Chicago opener. Okay, so it's now time to reveal on Full 52 TV the big secret that's here covered up. It's been here all weekend, and here is the unveiling.
It's me, Andi Gladwin. I'm here.
Wasn't that a hilarious interlude?
These things always seem better before you film them, and then when you watch it back on YouTube, because that's all this is, just a YouTube video, nothing else. Then you just think you're an idiot for doing it. But anyway, Dave's asked me to teach this wonderful real-world worker, this miracle of a trick. It's not really, it's just filler. He needed something last minute. So all you need is a deck of red playing cards and one single blue-backed playing card. We're going to stand near the close-up pad. We didn't think that through here. But here we go, improvising on worldmagicshop.tv. So we're going to use... this is a routine based on the Red Hot Mama Chicago opener principle. Dave, film my face, not my hands. Thanks. Professionals here, professionals. So he's got all these DVDs and he doesn't know where to point the camera. But so here's what's going to happen. The idea of this routine is I wanted to be able to do this without any setup. The problem with Chicago opener is you need to set up the cards with the duplicate of the 10 of diamonds on the face of the deck with it, but not this one. You just place any blue back card on the face of the deck. Now to the hands, Dave. To the hands, Dave. Good work. So the card is on the bottom of the deck, and it's almost self-working. I say almost because there are several moves in it. So look, you cut the cards. I do this onto somebody's hands, but Dave doesn't have the budget for hands. Oh, look at this. We didn't even set the deck up before we did this. So look, we cut the cards like this, and you get somebody to say stop. When they say stop, you have them look at the card. Remember, this is on their hand, so they look at the card. Is the 9 of spades. We're going to use the 9 of spades. As you're doing that, almost as an afterthought, back to the face, Dave, to the face. As an afterthought, you're going to show the person on your left the selection on the card on the face of the deck. Now, this is just an offhanded thing, so no one's really worried about what they're looking at and seeing that it's not come from the centre of the deck. So you show it to them, and this is actually your blue back card, so it's your false. And now I'm just going to do a false cut just to make it look like I'm cutting that selection into the deck. What we're going to do now is turn around. You can see Mark James's his penis beep that out. Here we go. Here it is.
This is the best convention I've ever been to.
So, back to the trick. So now I'm just going to give a false cut to make it look as if I'm losing the selection in the deck. This is the one I use is just the Bobby Bernard cut, where you swing cut half the cards across and tap here. So this is the face packet still, and then you put it on top of the pile in their hand. So the other selection's there, the 9 of spades. Put it on top, and you put the other packet on top too. So what that's done, back to the face, Dave. Back to the face. What that's done is put the blue back card above the selection. So now the rest is pretty easy. We're going to spread through. The first selection has turned blue. It hasn't. It's a trick. But we're just going to now turn that card over, but using a double turnover. So just a simple double turnover. This is my master push-off, by the way. It's a way of pushing over 2 cards without a break. I'm not going to go into that. This is just YouTube. It's not a DVD. Let's move on. So you just do a double turnover to show the first person's selection. You then take it and you hand it to them like this. Now what I say is actually the way I do this is a little bit different. I get them to hold out their hands, and then I place it on top and I say, I'm sorry to use you as a human table, which is a silly line, but the idea is that it makes them not really worry about the card. They're just holding it is because I don't have a table around. If you do have a table, don't say that. That would be silly. So now all I do is I put the deck back together, which is automatically left. I'm way ahead because this was a double turnover. This is the second selection, so that's there. I spread through. I feign disappointment. This is my disappointed face. And then, finally, I get to turn over the selection. It's the second person selection. So a couple of credits for this. Credit number 1 is Dave Forrest for the terrible camera work. Credit number 2 is David Regal. The idea of, he used to have this Hindu force thing, he still does, and I just combined that with a tabled cut or a cut into their hands. So thanks to Dave Forrest. It was Caleb Wiles who suggested I use that. One other quick way I want to show you this is when the selection is is shown in the deck. I use my Tom Cruise control. I'm not going to explain it here. It is just YouTube. So I just, but I would do it like this. So this is my Tom Cruise control, but it allows you to do something really interesting because now I just take the blue back card and I hand it to them. So the switch happens as a different motion. It's like just a full motion. There's not several double lifts. So that is my trick. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm sorry it's a terrible trick, but don't judge me for it. Dave was just desperate last minute. So thank you for joining me on Full 52 TV. You can clean that shit up. I'm not bothering.
Well, there you have it, right? A cool trick, and you've got to admit Andy handles it extremely well. What he talks about during that explanation is his master push-off technique, and it's very good. It is a double lift technique, and it's excellent. And I have to confess that when I thought, is this the type of thing you can teach by DVD? I got the DVD, and it really works. I mean, if you follow Andy's instructions, you'll learn the move. But the DVD has so much more than that. It's got different effects. I think Ben Earl's in it for a bit, teaching you sort of some ideas for teaching you how you might like to practice at home. It's just a goldmine of valuable professional information on technique and practice, and basically just information that will make you a better card magician. So go and check it out. It's called The Master Push-Off. It's a 2 DVD set from Big Blind Media. Of course, you could go and buy it. You could do that. Or you could win it right here on Full 52 TV. Right? That's more impressive, right? Look, double disc set. This is my own personal copy. And I do want to keep it. And I haven't asked Andy yet if he will send me one that I can give away as a prize. So I'm going out on a limb here. What I will do is, if he says no, which he might, because he's quite tight, then I will give my own personal copy away. And I'll sign my name on this side, and I'll write Andi Gladwin is a tight-fisted so-and-so on the back. Alright, so how do you win this? How are you going to win this amazing DVD? Well, take a look at this clip that's coming up. This is one of the conventioneers at Southport, and he's showing me a sort of a gag, right? It's a gag. It's about Slidini on an off day. Have a look at the clip, and then I'll tell you how you win the prize.
You've heard of Tony Slidini? Yeah? Have you seen Tony Slidini on his off night? The paper balls, you know the paper balls? Come and stand here.
I'm not another one.
Now this, you haven't got a tissue, have you? No, I'll have to use my hanky. I've got a tissue now. Okay, can you see this? Can you see this?
Definitely.
It's too near, look. Watch. Come close. Come close. Come in.
Another hilarious interlude here at the IBM convention.
Tony Slidini on his off night. Okay, we're coming. Bye.
So there you go. I'm pretty sure you're still trying to gain composure from laughing out loud. It was very funny. Or was it? See, that's the question. That is how you win this DVD. Here's what you have to do. You have to favourite this video, right? You have to favourite this video, episode 6, part 2. You have to leave a comment. Sorry. You have to like the video, and then you have to leave a comment. And it's simply, funny or not funny? Was Bob's gag with the Slidini napkin, was that funny? Or was it not funny? There is a correct answer. I know what the correct answer is, but do you? If you do, if you answer correctly, your name will go in the pot, your name will be picked at random, and you might win Andi Gladwin's Master Push-Off double DVD set. Good luck, it's a toughie. Okay, so that is it for episode 6, part 2. Thank you for watching, and come back next Thursday for episode 7. I will try and squeeze in a little bonus episode between then and now. So special thanks this week to Andi Gladwin, to John Archer, to Bob for the hanky gag, and to Richard Morell, who pointed the camera for the interview. And, you know, it was some pretty serious journalism. So yeah, well done Richard, thanks for that. And that's it. I am Dave Forrest for Full 52 TV. I'll see you next time.
off by 1.